Okay, it's been a while since I made a video, but I've been staring at this chart long enough to the point where I think it would be best just to start recording and to get my thoughts out, okay? Because there's a lot of people saying that this was the bottom, okay? 15K was the bottom, and we are now in a bull market, okay? There's a lot of people saying that this is just a bear market rally, and we're actually going to see 11K, okay? There's some people like blockchain backer that are saying that this is actually just a retracement at best, okay? And I tend to be more in that camp, but there's a few ideas that I wanted to get out just to journal. And my thesis from the beginning is that this is essentially a Wyckoff structure, a Wyckovian structure. Best case scenario is that this is a bullish Wyckoff structure, bullish accumulation. And what I mean by that is this would have been our buying climax right here. This would be your automatic reaction. You got your structure test right there. And then here you got your spring, okay? So if it is true that this is a bullish Wyckoff accumulation structure, keyword being accumulation, then what we should see is we should see a move to 30K, okay? Then we should see a move back down, which would be our spring test, okay? And then we would make our way back up to the top of the range for a sign of strength, retest the structure, and then move into markup mode, okay? This is the best case scenario, assuming that this is actually a Wyckoff accumulation structure. Now, I don't know if this is what's actually gonna play out, but I wanted to explore the different scenarios that I think could happen. Okay, right now my bias is at least minimum a move to 30K because we have yet to test the underside of this structure, right? So I wanna see a move to 30K, and then from there, I would expect us to make a move down, right? For a spring test, okay? Now, worst case scenario is we get that move up and then it actually just shits on itself. It shits out and then we get that move down lower to 11K, 10K. So I'm gonna be paying close attention once we actually do get that move to 30K to see how the market responds. What's interesting to me too is that even in our spring structure right here, I see a smaller structure playing out on a smaller time frame because the market, I believe, is fractal. So you can actually do another Wyckovian structure right here. This looks to me like Wyckoff accumulation in that we have selling climax right here. You have your automatic reaction right there. You have your structure tests right here. You have a spring right here, okay? And then you have your spring test right there. And now we are working on our sign of strength right here. So a breakout of here would be our sign of strength, and that would also coincide, I believe, with that test, that bottom test of the largest structure, okay? Now, at this point, usually when you get a sign of strength here, you're going to see price action come back to test the top of the structure, okay? Because like I mentioned, this is actually a smaller structure which exists in a much larger structure. But anyways, I would expect us to test the top side of the structure. Now, the question is, how low could this go? Sometimes you'll just get like a really shallow test like that, but other times you'll get like a deeper retracement, okay? Now, I think at lowest, what I could see is something taking out this low, okay? This low right here. Like at the deepest, I wanna see that low taken out and then come back up and then take out this high. That would confirm to me that this is actually, this structure right here is actually a spring, okay, of the much larger structure. However, if we get a test of the structure and it doesn't actually end up being a test, but we take out that low and we keep going down to the bottom of this structure, then that would be really worrisome to me because that essentially would confirm, it would essentially confirm that this is just a bearish test here. Like I don't want to see us especially taking out this low right here. If we start getting down here, then that's not looking really good at all. Like if we come down here, right, and then we bounce up and then we start to peter out, I would fully expect us to take out this low and then actually get that 10K. But right now, I'm hoping, based off of, I'm hoping, this is honestly like hopium. I hope that we get a test, we get that 30K. I'm hoping that we get that 30K, we get a nice test of the structure, okay? We go at lowest, we take out this low right here, and then we come back up quick, and then we break this high right here. And then we make a move to a retracement level, okay? So if we break this high, then the question becomes, which retracement level are we actually going to go to, okay? I would say at minimum, you get the 0.5 right here. I think what would catch a lot of people off guard is if we take out this high right here, we get that 702 retracement, okay? And if that happens, this is what blockchain backer thinks. I would consider selling. This is not personal. This is not financial advice or anything. I'm not a trader, and I'm not trading. This is literally just my personal journal. So please do not take me seriously. But at this level, I would consider selling good amount of my Bitcoin and my Ethereum, because at here, the risk is that everything would just turn over, right? Imagine you get that 702 retracement, and then you actually have the real move down, which gets us to that 10K target. Now, the interesting thing is blockchain backer also says that if it is true that this was not the bottom, then 10K is not going to be the bottom, but it's actually going to go much lower. And then I think he shows like an Ethereum fractal to kind of support that as evidence. Now, if we get to the 702 retracement and we break out of this, then that would confirm to me that we're going to be making new highs, okay? And then that's when I would start to think, okay, this Wyckoff structure is actually playing out, and that we're going to have a sign of strength here, right? And then I would want to re-enter on the retest of, I'd want to enter probably on the retest of this structure, or somewhere in the middle here, like if we start to move up again. It just depends on how it all plays out. But then if we got a retest of the structure and then we break out into all-time highs, like who knows how high this would go. You know, you could use fibs, and you could say maybe you get like 95K, maybe you get 144K, who knows? I don't know. I don't even want to think that far out, because I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think at best case scenario is that we get a retracement and we take out this high over here, okay? Worst case scenario is, aside from us just rolling over right here, is we get to 30K and then we roll over and we make a move to 10K. I don't know. This is literally just me rambling about my thoughts, because I don't know what's going to happen. But I do want to take a look on the smaller time frames. Price action has been very bullish. Okay, we had a nice move up. Okay, we've been working within this channel. We had a drop out here, and now we are attempting to break this high and set new local highs. And what's interesting to me about this structure too is I can see this. I can kind of see Wyckoff here too, in that you have your buying climax right here, you have your spring right here, and now you have your sign of strength right here. So our sign of strength was right here because we broke out here, and now this is our retest of the structure. So I'm hoping if this is valid, then this should be the impulse that brings us to 30K, right? Because if you look at just a simple measured move from here to here, okay, that takes you to minimum 27K, okay? Another thing is if you look at the daily chart and you just take a measured move from here to here, this brings you to 31K. Okay, another reason why I think we are going to go to 30K is because if you look at the volume, the VDO is looking nice and green, okay? We were in the red, but when you have these breakouts where you hold above in the green, that is very bullish. Not only that, but the VDO across all different time frames is all green, okay? So the VDO is trending up, and we're getting positive buy volume that is sustained above the neutral zone, okay? So I think it's only a matter of time before we break this 200-day, 200-week moving average, and then I think we see a move to 30K. If we also go to the larger time frame too, you can see that what was interesting about this rally here is you can see price action is like moving up, making higher lows and higher highs, yet the VDO is trending down. So you can see that if you were watching the VDO and seeing that the VDO is making lower lows and lower highs, that would have given you insight into the true nature of this rally. Whereas this rally right here, you can see we actually broke high and we broke green for the first time since May 2022. So that's another thing that's really exciting to me. What you wouldn't want to see though is if we come up here and if volume is stagnant. Like ideally, if we make a break up above here, we'd want to see a corresponding impulse in volume. But if there is a bearish divergence occurring here, then that would be worrisome to me. Okay, that would potentially indicate to me that this is simply just a retest of there, and maybe we need to come back down, you know, come back down like what I was talking about. We need to come back down, potentially take out this low, you know, before resuming our way higher. But you definitely, with every impulse, up or down, you want to see the volume respond accordingly. Okay, well, I think that is it for today's video, guys. A little bit of rambling there, but Hopefully future me will find this valuable. All right, peace out.